back in Chantel and Brad's garden, and the potatoes are coming on, so I think it's about time to just start thinking about banking them up. Because we're in a small vegetable patch, I'm just going to use this little hand rake to bank up. I am taking out a few of the weeds because this was just a patch of lawn when we did our mobile workshop, so there is going to be a few weeds for the first season. So again, we're just banking up the soil and we're bringing a bit of that sugarcane mulch with it, and we're just protecting the new plants from the sun, and this encourages growth. The soil is it's got so much moisture in this soil, it's just unreal. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how many potatoes they can produce, and there's just this little tiny patch. And we've had no rain. We've had hardly any rain in the last month, and we're up on the mountain of Mount Tamborine, so the soil is really rich, volcanic soil. So every potato I can see the plant. When I banked it up, I can see the leaves. I haven't hidden any of them. I'm just making sure I don't lose my fork, my hand fork. That's as much as I'm going to do for now. Yeah. So these are Dutch creams. They're about 3 weeks old. Yeah, I think 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And that's as much as I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put some sugarcane mulch just back on there. So if we do get any rain, it'll pull the moisture. I think that these are going to be the best looked after potatoes ever planted. Chantel and Brad are going to look after these, I can tell. These are their first potatoes they've ever grown. So now we're on to the carrots, and these are Chardonnay carrots. And again, it needs weeding a little bit. You can see the grass, some of the broadleaf weeds coming out, but again, you've got to be really gentle. These are they're really tender. The carrot seeds have just germinated, and we don't want to damage the roots, so we're not going to go close to them. It's just going to be there. And again, it don't matter if we leave a few weeds. What I'd be doing when I'm watering these every morning, every night, I'll be watering them. I'll be just plucking a few of the weeds out when I'm watering. I would just be tidying up every night, just taking out any weeds that I can see. So when I'm looking at this, you've got a good germination of seeds here, and then as you come into the shaded area, it hasn't germinated as quick. So again, I'm not going to go close to it. I can't see, there's not a lot of carrot seeds germinated here. I mean, somewhere you're turning the weeds into the soil. You're not picking them out really. You're just turning the soil over. See, the weeds are going back into the soil. Right, so we're just finishing off weeding and having a little tidy up. I like everything to be neat, as you know. And I'm noticing a few tomato plants have just grown up. So again, I call them a rogue tomato because I didn't plant them. So I'm just going to take it out the ground and be a bit careful. We are limited for space, but I'm thinking a cane up here. So if we stick it here, we'll pop it in there. So I found 2 tomato plants, so I've just stood on that. That's no good. So I'll just have to pop that up a bit. I'm finding working in a confined space harder than if I'd have dug up the whole garden. Yeah, a little vegetable plot. It's obviously easier and quicker to maintain, but I'm finding it, you just got to be careful where you stand or where you dig. So again, I'm just going to finish off weeding this, and then I'm just going to go through, I'm going to plant a few more seeds. I'll go through what the seeds I've planted, and then Chantel and Brad will know what I've planted, and then we'll leave it for another couple of weeks and we'll come back and see what happens. So hi there. So as you can see, we've given it a light weed. We've just turned over the soil because that was getting compacted down with watering. As I say, we've had no water for around about 3 to 4 weeks. So we had no success with the rock melons that were down this edge of the lawn. So we can't have that, we need the space. So I planted 1, 2, 3, 4 beans from Adzuki. So Adzuki beans. So they were quite a small, maybe about 2mm to 3mm bean, and the colour was red. So we planted 4 there next to the compost bin. Then these were a much larger bean. These would be maybe 8mm, 10mm in length. Now here we go. That's a bush bean, Borlotti red rooster. Anything with rooster in the word, that'll work. So how many did I plant there? I planted 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 beans there. Then at the end, next to the retaining wall, I planted spaghetti squash. So they're a vegetable, it says a vegetable spaghetti squash. Yes. Again, I planted 3 seeds, 1, 2, 3. If one germinates, I'll be happy. And then they'll, hopefully, I'm almost certain, I haven't grown them before, but I think they'll be like a zucchini where they'll spread out and we'll train it across the lawn. Trying to still convince Chantel to dig up her entire lawn for a vegetable patch. Next to the tomatoes that are growing okay, they're quite slow. I could do to take out, say, one of these plants. I don't know, should I take it out or should I leave it? So you've got 2 plants next to each other. See what happens. Right, so I've taken one of the plants out. I'm going to do that to them all. So we're not going to have 2 plants together. That's, to me, that's a no-no. So I'll take away the other. There's 2 other tomato plants with 2 plants together. So that's one of my little jobs now. Silver beet, I've spreaded them out, and they're coming on. So that's again showing you either look like that where you don't thin them out, or you look like that. And again, this is full sun, so this is about 28 degrees. It's in full sun, and I have disturbed them a little bit because I've weeded the vegetable patch. Kale, that's Brad's. Carrots, again, just leaving them alone. I don't have to get involved. Don't know what they are. I think they're chives, but if Brad could write on a comment what they are, that'd be good to know. Pak choy, again, he's got 100% germination. Happy with that, and it looks quite impressive. That's the first thing I saw on the photo they sent to me last week. The carrots are Chantel. No, sorry, the carrots are Chardonnay, not Chantel. Chantel is the lady I work for.